Hello, everyone. Earthangel here. I woke up and I heard this. Congratulations. You have helped another group of children from child trafficking. Now, this really, warms my heart to hear because I know that there is a group of us that works together who are spiritual investigators who help bring children out of child trafficking. I had a dream a little while ago. I remember we were actually in the trenches, and I can't tell you where we were, but we were actually in the trenches, and you can, you know, I remember we got around this one. Well, I'm not going to say where we were, but anyway, it was a group of us, and I believe there, of course, there are cops or DEA, there are special investigators there. And they said, okay, bravo to you guys. You have taken down 2 people. Now we have another, right? And, depending on the region that you are working, it's going to tell you, okay, we're up against so many people or the lead people. And I just have to say bravo to everyone who was a part of the spiritual investigators. There are also those who, of course, are ground crew and they are um, on foot and they're doing this day in and day out, trying to bring our children back home to safety. God's children back home to safety. I can't tell you um, how it makes me feel to know that um, children, adults, like mothers, children are being human trafficked, child trafficked, sex trafficked, drug trafficked. All I can say is I'm thankful to God for awakening me. This was years ago to what has been going on. What at first I didn't see it. And I wasn't awakened, so I didn't see what the problem was. I didn't see what was going on until one day I was driving down this one street and children get off the school bus. I just love that. They were all laughing and, you know, I love it when they're happy and I love it, you know, when things are going right for them. I love to hear them laugh because I like laughter. I like to hear people laugh, have fun, have a good time. I don't like to see or hear struggle. I want not to say that I ignore the bad things in life, I don't. But I love to hear people's happiness. So, in this particular incident, 2 children got off the school. Well, there were children getting off the school bus and they were laughing. And a group went left, and these 2 little girls went right. And I was sitting in my car. I mean, for some reason, this is the first time ever going down the street that it took the light forever never to change. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you for being here. I love you. Uh, and I saw these two little girls. Their ages, the older girl couldn't be no more than 6, 5, 6, 7. And then there was a smaller girl, and she looked like she could be pre-kindergarten or something like that. She was so tiny, right? So they went walking to the right, and you're walking, just talking. And the light finally changed, and we went forward to the next light. We were stopped. And I thought, this is odd. It usually doesn't work like this on the street. So we went down. We were still waiting at the light, and I saw these two little girls go behind a restaurant. It's like a strip mall. It's outside. And they went behind a restaurant to a dumpster. And the older girl reached in and she started going through bags until she found food. She grabbed the bag and, she and the little girl walked to the next dumpster. Then the older girl looked in that dumpster for food. She's looking through bags. She found food. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I, I wish I were in the left lane so I could just pull over and buy them some food. I don't, no one wants, I don't want to see that. So next thing you know, they're walking down this alley. I don't know where the alley goes to or what, but it was probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was before, of course, since they're getting off the school bus, it was about springtime before the summer hit. That really broke my heart. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then each day after that, no matter where I went, my eyes were truly awakened to seeing children with shopping carts. And I thought, well, in a parking lot next to a store, I'm thinking, oh, they probably went shopping for their mom and, they're bringing home some food from, after school. And then I remember looking at the time, I was like, it's only 12 o'clock. They're not home from school yet. And as I turned and got closer, I noticed, wait a minute, these children only have a few belongings in there. They didn't go shopping for their mom. I'm like, where are they going? What is going on right now? And I started seeing this daily, more and more and more. At that moment, I surrendered to God. I said, God, wherever I can help, whatever you need me to do, let me know. Because I want to help. This is not cool. It's not cool. This song, I believe the children are the future. They are our future. When you think about, you raise a child in the way that they should go, to humble themselves and to listen to their elders, be taught the way that they should go. I remember thinking, this is how it's supposed to be. But I started seeing that there were a lot of children roaming. So you take out they were abuse, neglect. They were homeless, home trafficked. They were sold or with an adopted family. You know, these things started playing in my head more and more because I was asked to speak, asked to help with this play for children of abuse and neglect. And as I did this and I started, I was helping the community as far as giving out food, giving out clothes, buying um, gifts for children who were without a parent. The parent may have been incarcerated. So, um, you know, me and my family, and I started seeing, getting connected more with what's going on in the world in with humanity. People being without, they're homeless, they don't have food, I just started seeing things. It just started boggling my mind. Anyway, I say that to say I am grateful for the spiritual investigators who are helping bring back children to God's children back to their parents. There are some children who are brought back. It could be 3 years, it could be 5 years, it could be more than that. And there may be policemen who, just who find them in front of a storefront or wherever, and they let them up and they get them back home to their families. And their families are very grateful for the child being back into their lives. They were like, you know what, I thought that they weren't alive, or, they were just homeless and they had ran away somewhere, or they were trafficked. And yes, they were trafficked. So they're very grateful for their child being brought back home. Now, there is a couple keeps ringing true, keeps ringing out. God keeps telling me about this couple. I keep hearing about this couple. And for a while, I'm like, who is this couple? What? Where? What? Different things are playing out or going on. I see this man and woman, all right? And I'm thinking LA. Don't know why I'm thinking LA, but I am. He's tall and you can tell he kind of works out. The top is kind of broad, um his hair is very, very short. Bald or very, very short. Well dressed man, good looking man. Caucasian, I guess. You would never know. He could be Caucasian, he could be like a Spanish descent, but very light Spanish. Or Puerto Rican, I don't know. And he's dressed, well dressed. He's wearing all black. He likes to wear black. Then in front of him, I see this woman. She is tall and thin. Of course, I'm not standing beside them. I'm a tall girl, not standing beside them, but the vision I see is he's tall. She's tall. She's shorter than he is, but still tall, right? Good looking woman, dark hair. She has bangs, long hair. And she is also dressed in black. Now, what I hear is Canada. So when I hear Canada, I'm thinking Colombian. That's what I'm thinking. But then the next thing I hear is California. So I'm thinking they must operate out of Canada and California. There is, for some reason, I'm picking up Mojave Desert. And that's quite interesting because Mojave Desert there is a place where some people are being trafficked, keeping hidden underground. So that's interesting, the connection. I'm trying to think, is there any more that God has given to me? This couple sex traffics women and children. Colombia, drug trafficking. It could be, I don't know, but I'm specifically hearing women and children sex trafficking. The male, although good looking, may be a dirty cop. And the lady, they work together to catch people who are in a bad situation. And they say, oh, I'll give you this or I'll give you that. They sex them, do these things, and say, I'll give you a better life or give you these things, whatever. I don't know if they actually do it. As far as come through with giving people things, but I do know that there is a lot of sex trafficking happening. I can see this man, I can see this woman. It's very easy to think they're good people, they're here to help me. And they're not. They're thinking that their looks and that them wearing what they're wearing is disillusioning people to trust them. And unfortunately, the truth is they are committing a crime. Committing a big crime. They want people to think that they are leaders of the community. They are good people. They would never do wrong. You can trust them. So if he's a cop, there are a lot of cops thinking, oh, no, 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 he would never, or they would never hurt a fly. They wouldn't do anything. But they are being disillusioned. So spell work, things of that nature are being, put on these other cops. And they're thinking, oh, yeah, there's no way that they could. They really need to investigate that couple. Don't sit there and say, oh, they would never. Okay? Because they are. And they have been doing this for a long time. And they have been receiving a lot of money. They have investors, people who are investing, giving them money for this sex trafficking. It's not right. It's not fair. And I'm asking that there are CIA, there are police, there are, investigators to investigate this couple. I see them clearly. He has on sunglasses. Blends in perfectly. That's what I'm thinking, LA. He blends in perfectly. They blend in perfectly. And you would think, oh, they're just well-dressed people in LA walking on the streets in LA. Standing there, walking around like any other person, They're just stopped and getting something to eat or just walking by. Like I said, dressed in black, well-dressed, like a black leather jacket and for him, and I'm just well-dressed. And she is well-dressed too. Like I said, she has bangs, black bangs. She has black hair. It's long. She has bangs. She's well-dressed. She's wearing black. So anyway, I hope that helped out some as far as some investigating that hopefully will help solve a case. They have been going against women and children, going against unions. They have been doing a lot of different things. So it's time for them to be exposed big time. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video.